Last question before we jump to Patreon. Jordan from Patreon, which honorary last spot. This is a special spot, post 1 hour spot. Jordan from Patreon says, let's say you're serving a client who offers only one service. Do you find that sometimes the keywords may be so specific that you're looking at 20 or less keywords and pumping a lot of negatives to compensate? So I assume what he's saying there is he has 20 or so less keywords. So he's saying like a very few number of keywords, but they're all like broad match and kind of wide reaching, high funnel, stuff like that. So, he can't seem to find specifics. He can't seem to find exact matches because they're all like super long, one-time search kind of thing, one impression, one click kind of stuff.
Okay.
So the only way he can find them is with broad match stuff. I think that's what he's saying. So is this a viable strategy? It feels as though this shouldn't work with so few keywords, as if it's too easy. He's worried about there has to be more to this. Am I not fully optimized if I approach it this way? I think it's a great question. It's a super high level kind of question because he's saying the only way I can get the clicks that I want is if I approach it with a broad reach and then block all the junk I don't want. And I'll give a quick answer. Jordan, I do this all the time with stuff that just doesn't fit into a box of searches, like stuff that's like B2B complex kind of thing, that's like difficult to know exactly how people are searching. And I just throw I'll even throw pure broad out there. And just say maybe it, help, maybe something, and then I'll start blocking stuff. So my thought is absolutely it does work that way, but it just doesn't stay that way. You should eventually start pulling in a few more targeted things. You should learn a few things, but that's it's absolutely viable. It happens. So, I've done it plenty.
Chris, he mentioned so he mentioned personal training. So I'm assuming it's some kind of very specific personal training. And what the problem is, if you type in, say it's personal training for senior citizens, what are those keywords? What are people searching for? And how do you know that they're senior citizens? So yes, you can do the age demographic thing and all that kind of stuff, but how do you actually find those keywords? The problem is if you just go into the account and start typing keywords, you're going to get marked with that low search volume thing. And Google's going to say, whoa, this super long tail phrase keyword you did is searched for so little that we're not going to even allow our system to be taxed by it and target it because it's searched for so little, 1 out of every 5 years, whatever. We're not going to put that in our system and tax our system. So we're not going to target that keyword, unless it starts to get searched for more. So I think what he's maybe doing is adding the word personal training phrase match, and then getting a ton of stuff that comes in, having to add all these negatives. So yes, you're going to have to add the negatives. But like Chris says, when you see something with your topic, in this case, in my example, senior citizens, come through that search terms report, jump on that. Take that search term, cut it up, target it different ways, target that search term, broad match modified, target that search term, phrase match. Think about other ways people would search based on that search term. And another strategy, go to Google, say it's a senior citizens. How do we know what people search for that with personal training? I Googled personal trainers, senior citizens. And what's really cool is if you scroll down to the bottom of Google and you look at searches related to, and then it puts in what my keyword was, personal trainer, senior citizens, it gives me ideas. Now I find an idea, Chris, personal trainer for 50 plus. And so now I can go into my account and I can do phrase match and broad match modified and exact if you want. Personal trainer for 50 plus, for 60 plus, for 65 plus, for 70 plus, for 80 plus. Personal trainer for 70 phrase match, personal trainer 70 broad match modified, personal trainer years old broad match modified. So searching Google, looking at the related searches, that's how you can kind of get some ideas. And there you go.